So this is what everybody really looks like when they take their mask off after guns, beer, and therapy.
Oh my goodness.
Try to take a shower here, guys. Come on, get out of here. Close your eyes.
Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. How y'all doing tonight? This is American Hillbilly. Man, good to see y'all. Oh my goodness, it is Saturday night and let's have some fun. And we got the banner already going down below there. So if you want to get in the giveaway tonight, we will be giving away not one, but two multicolor skinny knives tonight. And I'll talk a little bit about why we are giving away two of those tonight. And man, I appreciate each and every one of you being out there. Sorry, I'm running a little late here. And I'm just going to right off the bat, man, Ron 2A Matters. He gifted 5 memberships. And man, thank you, buddy. That is awesome. We got some new VIPs, and let's see who received those. Kent Woods, Pick, Calamity Dean, Nutty 357, 2345. Yep, that's it. And man, thank you so much, buddy, for doing that. That's awesome. Really do appreciate you. And for the new people here, if you got gifted tonight, we have on Tuesday night, we call it Pewsday. Anyway, we have a VIP only chat, show. And so it's at 8:30 Central. And so make sure you make it because we always have fun there. And we do a giveaway, actually, yes. And if you're a paid member on there and you're missing, say, a certain color on the skinny knife collection, then you get to choose which color you want so you can finish off that, that full collection of the skinny knives. And the VIPs, they sponsor all that. Yes, the money coming in from them is what is paying for the skinny knives. So I want to thank each and every one of them. Just can't thank them enough. But man, we got a fun show, I believe, lined up for you. Sorry, we were just a few minutes late. We initially started at 10 after. We were a few minutes late. And so anyway, we have some great people out in the side chat, and we're going to call y'all out here in just a few minutes. But we have some awesome people in the green room too. So anyway, without further delay, let's get these fellers out of the green room before they drink all the beer and eat up all the food. So, and see what they're up to. So first we have JH586, Mr. Jamie. How you doing this evening, brother?
I'm doing good, Hillbilly, and I hope you are. We got storms flying around over here, but that pizza in the green room, that's pretty good. I can get used to
that. Awesome. Yeah. Since Bubba got that new job and he's not here as much bringing food to the green room, it's a lot safer to eat, it ain't got possum or something like that on it. So
right, or groundhog or raccoon, like that. But I especially like that Philly cheesesteak pizza.
Oh man, good stuff.
It is.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, man. I think we're gonna have fun tonight.
Oh yeah, you betcha, man. And so thank you so much for being here. And yeah, you don't even have to be in Philly to eat that, pizza. And our buddy Bubba, man, we sure miss him though. No doubt about that. Maybe he'll get a chance to jump on this evening.
Hope so.
All right. Up next we have Hasbro. How you doing this evening, buddy?
Hey fellas. Good to be with you again tonight. Thanks for the invite. an extremely long weekend that's not over. But when it's over, I get my butt shipped off to Mexico. So it's a double win this week.
Oh man.
And it's not for pleasure. It's for work. But good to be with you guys. And then next week, I'll probably be live from Mexico. So we'll see.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, just make sure you take your own water with you.
Yeah, that's no kidding. I got that bad last time. It's like never again.
Yeah. I had some friends go down there and they stayed at an all exclusive, hotel deal, and they all got sick, and which is probably from drinking too much. And I was like, I told you guys not to drink water. And they're like, man, we didn't drink any water. We had like mixed drinks and this and that. And I'm like, what's ice made out of? Oh, we didn't think about that. We had daiquiris and margaritas. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, you never quite know. I think what got me was fresh vegetables that have been washed in water.
Yeah.
It's like,
awesome.
So yeah, it'll be a very strict diet this time.
Some beautiful country down there, though. My goodness. Yes, man. Well, thank you for being here tonight, buddy. Appreciate you. And up next, we got your favorite gizzard and mine, Mr. Gizzard Gary. How you doing this evening?
No, not doing too bad. Thanks for having me.
All right. Is it safe for Hasbro to eat chicken gizzards down there?
I think so. Yeah, as long as he's still got all his teeth. That's the important thing.
Is it ever safe to eat chicken gizzards? I'm not sure. That's usually fish bait for me.
Oh no, gizzards is good food, man.
That's catfish bait.
That's a little chewy, but yeah, it's decent.
Oh yeah.
My grandma and granny, man, they'd fry up them gizzards in a cast iron pan, and oh man, good stuff.
just douse them with hot sauce, you'll be fine.
That's about right.
You betcha. Well, thanks for being here tonight, Gary. Appreciate you, buddy.
You betcha.
And up next, he is not on a tractor right now. He is back in his bunker, and we have Pat in the bunker. How you doing this evening, buddy?
Probably to rob a line from the gentleman up there right in the middle. Probably better than I deserve. It's been a long day, but very, very productive. Got a lot of stuff done, knocked out of the road. Busy time, springtime. I can name off everything I've done today, but then the end of the show would come back around. So I'll just have to cut it at that. So anyway, thanks for having me on, Hillbilly. And yeah, we're going to have a good time tonight. We're going to have a good time.
Oh, yeah. It's hard for us not to have a good time. You get this bunch of great people together on the panel and the side chat. How could a feller keep from having a good time?
Right?
Yeah.
It's Hillbillies.
Well, thanks for being here tonight, Pat. Appreciate you, buddy. And anyway, I think at one time he may have been on the moon, but he is on the ground in California. We got Mr. Moondog. How you doing, buddy?
Evening, gentlemen. I could be better. I'm getting through some bug that I caught this morning. Woke up with a sore throat, so probably caught it from one of my kids at school, because schools are always a major vector. And I thought I made it past cold and flu season, but I guess I got one little bit before we hit into. So now that we're in the middle of hay fever season now too.
Oh man, yeah, school's kind of like a petri dish of
Indeed,
all those fun things to catch. Man.
Except you're the Petri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to be here tonight.
Good to have you, brother, as always. And up next we have your favorite leather maker and mine, Mr. Mark Thomas. How you doing tonight, Mark?
Outstanding. Thanks for having me.
Awesome, man. Good to have you here.
Yeah, doing good, doing real good. Had a great day today. Weather was fine. I got to take a nice motorcycle ride and hit a couple of gun shops and brought something home. So
That's a good day.
yeah,
Yeah,
I've
that's
actually good. I've actually been streaming every night since Thursday now. This weekend, I was on with Moondog and a few fellows on Thursday night, and Georgia Shooting Connection last night. You guys tonight. About need a break.
well, glad to have you on here for sure, buddy. No
Thank you
doubt
for having
about that. Man, look at all people in the side chat out there, man. It's just rocking and rolling. Seen a few fresh faces out there, or names, I guess I should say. And I want to make sure you have a great welcome being here. Appreciate you being here tonight. And again, if you've not got your hashtag in, put in hashtag HBN128. It's scrolling across the bottom on the banner. And we're going to be doing 2 giveaways tonight. And I'll go ahead. I said I would say why we're doing 2. I got on because I ordered these off Amazon and have them shipped right to your door, when you win. And anyway, I got on there today and I seen that there was a 33% price cut on them. So I assume it's probably temporary. I don't know. So I'm like, we always give back to Hillbilly Nation. And so anyway, I was like, let's give away 2 tonight then. I mean, we're getting a discount on them, then we're just going to pass that right along to Hillbilly Nation. And, so we'll make 2 people's day better tonight. Or 2 people's night better, I guess, today. Maybe that's the right way to say it. And, of course, the VIPs, they're the ones that sponsors that. So, they get, a double dose tonight of getting to make somebody's day better. So, anyway, I had, something come up earlier, and I was super busy, and I was a little late getting around and getting ready for here. And so I did not quite get a chance to get some topics up tonight, but that's okay. We're just going to have an open topic. And I know I already talked to a few people on the panel here, told them that, and they got a few topics. And so we'll start out with those, and then maybe we can get, some from the side chat if we need to. And if you throw a topic out in the side chat and we don't get to it, I apologize. Not that we're not overlooking it or whatever. It'll just be a matter of, time for tonight. So anyway, Bam and Dad had sent me one earlier. It looked like a pretty good topic, but I didn't have enough time to kind of do a little bit of research on it and stuff. So maybe we'll save that for next week. And but anyway, see who Hasbro, I think you was the first one to come up with a topic, wasn't it? You there in the back chat?
Yeah. I sent you the list. So you got them all.
Oh.
So that'll help you look like you're in charge of the show or corralling the cats.
Yeah, or AKA herding the chickens.
There you go.
Yeah, no kidding.
No offense, Gizzard.
So, yeah, that's another thing. Like when people a lot of times sends me text message or email while the show's going on, I'm most usually not paying attention to that. So a lot of times if you send one, I mostly don't see it till later on that night. So what Hasbro sent me was what firearm do you have the least mods to versus the most mods that you have? And so we'll just, I know like maybe some people might not, have any really hardly any modifications, so we'll just like anybody in the panel want to talk, just go right ahead. We'll take turns or whatever. So
Jamie, you're first up. I know you, Tinker.
It's right there, but I can't grab it and show it to you. Let's see. I got another one right back there. Y'all can see it. That's my coach gun. There's one right there. Anyway, the one I would say is most tinkered with is probably that one right there. It's a Stevens 5100 16 gauge, and I had that one back there. It's a ATI Road Agent 12 gauge 20-inch barrels, and I still hadn't got it to where it's going to open right like I want it for cowboy action shooting. I got the chambers polished real well so I can just shuck the empty ones out and they'll fly right out of there, and then you stick two more in there. But it's hard to get it to open because it was left in a Denali for 18 months, 20 months. So I bought that in Georgia. And the 5100 is one that I'd bought from a friend of mine at church. And it had the factory barrels in it. They're 28-inch. One of them's one on the left is modified. That's the front trigger, and the one on the back is the back trigger is the right barrel, and it's full choke. So it shoots so good when I'm shooting clay pigeons. I didn't want to just whack them barrels off to make it a coach gun. So I ordered another set of barrels, and fitting those barrels in that shotgun receiver was a trick. And then I've got my AR-15 and 350 Legend. It's right here, and I've done so much to that thing. It's matter of fact, I just got it put back together about 2 weeks ago from polishing the feed ramps to make it feed 350 Legend. It's got regular M4 feed ramps in it, and they're great for 5.56 and 2.23. But when you got a bigger projectile coming sliding up in there, you need a little bit more room. So I got that apart and got it polished up, and those are pretty much. Yeah, I got one more that I've done a pretty good bit of work to as well, but for the most part, the rest of them are pretty much stock, especially the older ones.
Awesome. And we got a sighting out there in the side chat. Jamie, you want to count us down?
That's what I was saying. There's Mario. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hey.
Battle Bean himself, Pat.
West Coast weirdo.
Yeah,
I was waiting for that.
I figured it's my turn this time.
You
All right, I had to step away for a second because I was just running back down to do the West Coast weirdo, and
I filled in for you.
Yep, Gizzard had my back. Gizzard had my back.
Well, it was approved by Mario, so
Good.
Mario approved. So, how about anybody else? Anything?
I've modified a few. Like every gun almost that I have. The only thing I was trying to think through, what could I say is actually not modded? and that's a little Derringer side-by-side 410-45 Colt, because there's not much you can do, and it hurts so bad to shoot it, I don't shoot it, so I just put it back in the safe. Ruger 454 Casull, but I did change the grips because the standard wooden grips hurt. I mean, they hurt. But then I'd have to go shotgun. So I haven't modded any of my shotguns. They're more or less factory. The most modded is the CZ457 I show on my channel a lot. The only thing left is the receiver, the bolt handle, and most of the bolt. not all of the bolt. It's different extractor, different springs, different trigger, different barrel, different chassis. It's like everything's modded out. So I've got one other gun like that. That's a 6.5 Creedmoor Savage. The only thing left at Savage is the trigger and the action. But
and the serial number.
Yeah, well, yeah, I did not grind it.
Yeah.
Oh. But yeah, different focus.
Alrighty. So how about anybody else?
Well, I've modded a few. I mean, obviously, I help out Excess Sights with promotion, so I have a good number of my guns that have Excess Sights on them. So right there's a mod. None of my revolvers that I can think of have been modded though. Probably the most modded would be my TX22, because I got the competition conversion kit for that. So that's a new slide, new barrel, and of course optic got put on there too. So when you do that, it's practically a whole new gun. So and I can switch it back whenever I want to, so that's kind of nice. And that's kind of my fun baby. You know how we are with our 22s. It's kind of like your BB guns. That's what you shoot when you just want to go have some fun. And man, there's nothing more fun than taking a 22 pistol or 22 rifle. I mean, yeah.
You betcha.
That's my story. I'm sure others have different stories.
And Gizzard knows which stock 22 pistol that I like.
Oh, yeah, and it hasn't been touched. It's an antique. I ain't nothing up on that.
It better not. That thing is the sweetest shooting 22 pistol I've ever shot.
It's still got the battle scars it had when I bought it, and I'm not ever cleaning it up. It's just going to stay that way. It shoots great. It may not be the best thing in the world to look at, but boy, it shoots great. So.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like me. I ain't much to look at, but you know.
I know, buddy. I feel it. Oh man. So about you, Pat?
Well, it's kind of a battle between two. That T-Sauce that I got here a little while ago put a green dot on top of it, and I've got a light, and I swapped out the 17 round mags for 20 round mags, and custom a nice holster and everything to go with it. It's set up. It could use a little bit better trigger on it, and that's the next thing I'm going to mess with on it. But man, that's probably the most heavily modded pistol that I have so far right now, with more upgrades to come on it. And it's kind of a tie between my Type 53 Mosin Nagant. The wood stock on it was absolutely junk when I got it. Straight bolt handle. It wasn't a sniper or anything special. It's this carbine version. I swapped stock off of it. I put on a Monte Carlo stock. I put a bipod underneath of it, custom sling, drilled, tapped, and mounted a Rock Island Precision pick rail on top for a full scope on top of it. Cut, welded, and did a custom bent bolt handle myself. Machined it and everything, did the dimpling and everything underneath of it and all that nice stuff. And I didn't want a big bolt handle, so I made a short bolt handle where I could just take the palm of my hand, slap and roll it right back, because I don't like, when I'm hunting, I don't like huge things sticking off, getting snagged in brush and everything like that. Let's see, what else did I do to that thing? Yeah, I think that's about it as far as rifle wise goes. But that's the most time and effort I have into modding something, especially with drilling and tapping and putting that scope mount from Rock Island, or Rock Solid. Sorry, Rock Solid
Oh,
scope
okay.
mount. Rock Solid. I know there's something else I did to that gun, but now I can't remember what I did
Yeah.
to it. Oh,
You didn't put the coffee warmer on it?
no, I didn't put the coffee warmer on it. Oh yeah, the one mod I did to the Monte Carlo stock, I routered and I'll have to show it sometime because I finally got it done. I routered the Monte Carlo stock to put the bayonet, the folding bayonet, back on it, just to make it look like if you're out of rounds and it's still squeaking, just flip it out and go up and stab it. So I had to bring back that folding bayonet with the Monte Carlo stock. It's totally redneck, but it looks good. So I don't know. That's probably my favorite one that I ever modded. My first rifle that I ever modded like that. So and had did a custom trigger job on the inside, lighten up some springs and stuff like that. The trigger was absolute junk on it when I got it. Took all the creep out of it, tightened it all up, and now it's all the way down to a 4-pound pull instead of an 8.5 to a 9-pound. So yeah, it nice, sweet, smooth, and cleaned up the action and everything. You know, just polished the bolt and everything on it. Yeah, I love that gun. Love it.
Awesome. Sounds cool. I've seen it actually, so yeah, it is a cool looking gun.
You say it shoots really well too. Now,
Yeah, it does. It does. 300 yards. That's the one thing about that gun, was the junk and everything else on it was junk, but it was not shot out. Everything was still tight and everything. Just had to smooth it and just finesse it a little bit. 300 yards, and I'm shooting right at an inch with it, with my hand loads. That's with my curtailed hand loads and everything on it. So yeah, great deer rifle in a classic Russian cartridge.
That's awesome. And there's all kinds of cool shit. Excuse me. There's all kinds of cool stuff.
Swear jar. Swear jar.
And I don't. Sorry. Anyway, been a long day. Anyway, Levi out there says he's got a 22-year-old rifle, or 22 rifle, 96 years old. So I'm getting all my words mixed up. So I was going to say, let's shift over to the side chat for a second. It didn't come out right. So anyway, good stuff out there, guys. So Moondog, what do you got, buddy?
well, actually, most of my rifles are stock. Just part of it is I came to the realization if I was going to be doing any kind of reviews, I'm going to need to test it on stock rifles and firearms. So I stopped myself from making a lot of the modifications to like my 1022 or my Glocks or 1911s. The one rifle that the one firearm I know I've definitely have modified, and that's pretty common to everybody, is my AR, just because it was my first AR that I ever bought, and so it's got mostly an arrow upper and barrel, but the bolt, I mean, everything else is whatever was on sale at Optics Planet that 2 weeks that I was buying gear. So it's a hodgepodge of different parts and Timony trigger, one of those space age looking Harrow stocks at the end. So yeah, it's definitely a Franken gun, and and Anderson lower. So yeah, everything from mainline mid-range kind of price stuff all the way to budget stuff, whatever was on sale. So I learned what works and what doesn't. So it was a good project gun.
Awesome. Good stuff. No doubt about that. And man, Garage Guy 879, he gifted 5 members.
Very good.
Thank you so much, buddy. Really do
Good on you,
appreciate
Garage
that.
Guy.
And the people that got those were Michael Dunn, Krabby Turtle, Keith Gregory, Burr Paul Ridge, and Vanessa Kitty. Man, thank you so much, buddy. And that's awesome. Welcome the people that got that. And if you are new, we do a VIP live just for the VIPs every Tuesday night at 8:30 Central. So don't miss that. And anyway, we always do giveaways over there. So, and also real quick, last night I was able to get RTAC up over 3,000 subscribers. He's a few short and got him there. So, man, that's awesome. Congratulations on that. And thanks to the people that did that. And always double check and make sure like you're subscribed, because sometimes you do get unsubscribed. I've had it happen to myself. People's channels I watch regularly, and I'm like, I ain't getting no alerts for them. I go over and I type it in, go to their channel, and I'm unsubscribed. So I subscribe again, hit the little bell. So always make sure that, you kind of double check if you've not been seeing somebody's videos. And oh my goodness, looky here, Firearms and Fellowship gifted $9.99. Man, thank you so much, buddy. Really appreciate that, brother. And man, so see, we're down to Mark Thomas. Buddy, what do you got to say about all this? You fall asleep already, buddy?
I hear a little bit of snoring in that.
He had a
my
long day.
headphones.
Well,
Man, he was talking in the back chat. He's like, yeah, went and got a, firearm today on my motorcycle and stuff. And yeah, I thought he had something to say, and I think he does. But anyway, we'll skip over him, and maybe
Or we
he'll
can-
wake up here in a
we can
minute.
toy with him. I believe I heard him say he was going to gift $1,000 to your channel. I'm pretty sure I heard that.
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. We'll let Mark rest there for a little bit. I mean, he is the most comfortable YouTuber out there, no doubt about it. Oh my goodness. So we got all these awesome people out there on the side chat, and let's call them out on the YouTubes. Jamie, would you like to do that tonight, buddy?
Certainly.
Certainly. Oh my
I'm
goodness.
glad somebody got that. What are we typing in?
Oh, how about Wake Up Mark?
That's too long. I can't spell that. How
Wake
about
up.
one of the
Oh,
most
there he is.
Oh, there he is. Well, Mark will come right back to you after Jamie shouts out the side chat. So,
how about one of the most modified guns out there, AR-15. Y'all type in AR-15 and we'll call your name out on TV. How about that?
all right.
And of course, Moondog's first one out there, and he is on the panel and in the side chat, and they're gone. Hold on. Let me find my mouse. There it is. All right. Hasbro was next, and Gizzard Gary was after him. Both of those are on the panel and the side chat as well. Denny's Plant-Based Journey, Pat in a Bunker is on the panel as well. Garage Guy 879 is out there. Bama Dad's out there. Artak and Daughters. Fluffy 10mm Jeep Guy. Living in Southwest Virginia, 1965. Steve, welcome in, buddy. Randy K. Ozzy Osbourne. Run 2A Matters. Artak and Daughters. Dwayne 7834. Ronald Eastman. Pat in a Bunker again. Smokin' Joe. J Delta 22 NC. Tommy Boy. Yeah, that's something y'all should talk about. That High Point AR-15.
Tommy knows how to touch my heart right there.
Helping Man is out there. Rustic Rimfire 22. David Duff. Alaska One Andy. Fuku YT. Mr. Bob. Calamity Gene. And I think that gets us up to date. But Hasbro's typing in, there is now an AR-10 and 270 Winchester.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Ron Wayne is reviewing that. And it's like, oh, I'm tempted.
You know what that is, right?
Yeah. You've been shooting.
These are deprimed, cleaned, sized, and the neck tension set. I size and then mandrel neck size
Yep.
in a separate step. But those
I do
are
that for all
ready-
my long range rounds.
Yeah, those are ready to go in the dry tumbler to get the lube off of them. I use the alcohol lanolin lubricant mix to size those. So that's where we're at. I've been watching Alabama Reloader. He got me wanting to get a good load worked up for hunting with my 270. After all these years of hunting with that thing, I've been using Winchester factory ammo, and it's been working great. But it's a shame that you've been reloading as long as I have, and you've not worked up a hunting load for your favorite rifle. Now, my 350 Legend and my 35 Remington, I've got good loads for those. But by hunting season, I will have a good hand load worked up for 270 for hunting.
What do you fellers think about Levi's comment there? I know someone who has a working gun over 300 years old. That is awesome.
Yep.
That is
My,
really cool.
That rifle I showed on the channel this week, the master gunsmith that I did an apprenticeship with to learn how to engrave, took out an original over-under rifled gun every year to hunt with. This thing was, at the time, now this is 1988, was worth $20,000. It was an original from the 1760s or so, he thought. And he hunted with it. He still has it. And it's like, yeah, to shoot something that old is just cool.
Wow. That is. Working on a load for 400 Legend, and then Bama Dad says that's called a cannon. Oh, man. So, Mark, we didn't quite get to you earlier. We were talking about guns that, like, you've modded, and then, like, maybe, some that you have not done any mods to.
I don't do a whole lot of modifications, just, some every now and then. I can't think of one that I've done too much to, or No, can't really think of it.
Right. And Bam and Dad threw up a question here a second ago. And I don't know. I guess we'll let our scope expert start out with this. And you know who you are. Moondog. Bam and Dad says, "Come on, can someone tell me the advantages of a 5x40x56, blah blah blah, or a 5x25 56?"
Well, it kind of boils down to how good the actual glass is to start off with, because the higher the magnification sounds great, but if the glass isn't inherently very sharp, or if it doesn't have good ED coatings to reduce the chromatic aberrations, all you're going to get is a bigger blur. So
yeah, he says it's both. I assume both of them's Japanese glass.
that's
He
a good start.
Commented.
Yeah. So generally, I've found that the higher the magnification is, you're gonna generally have a tighter eye box even at the low end. So it depends on what your priorities are. If you're looking for a long range performance, the higher magnification is going to be better. But if you're hunting, you have to bring the scope up, you want a little more generous eye box. Or if you're doing NRL style where you have to move positions in a competition, you want a little more generous eye box. So it depends on your priorities. But either of them could, if they're made by the same company, or if they're about the equivalent Japanese glass, they both sound, just from those numbers, might be perfectly fine.
I think those letters after the magnification, I think that signifies what kind of reticle it is.
Indeed.
I think that would be paramount to your use, what you're going to use it for. I know Bama Dad, I know what he's doing, so I would have to look at both of those reticles. And for range, those Christmas tree type reticles are a big advantage if you can learn how to use them. Some people don't go to the trouble to learn how to use them, and they become clutter in the eyeball. And that's, if you got it, learn to use it, and it'll be a big advantage to you. If you're not going to do that, then a plain and simple reticle is better.
Yeah, and you're talking about the Christmas tree and stuff. The kill box, KIL, is that right, Moondog?
The KL, just the KL.
KL, okay. That, I think, hunting, that would be a tremendous advantage, but you also need your eye relief. Eye relief, what good is a scope if you pull it up and you got to try to get that box, full box, and so I totally agree with you guys, but yeah, I really like that style of reticle. I think would be for a hunting, or and I want to say that also on an AR too, for distances. And so
pretty much everything I bought in the last 5 years of Christmas trees, I was buying MOAs. Now they're all MRADs. But that said, probably my favorite hunting scope, and actually even target, I competed with in F class for a while with a 3-18 by 40 loophole. And it's because it's second focal plane, but when you go to the center, the crosshairs are really fine. But the rifles you're shooting, like the 270 Winchester, I sort of joke with Jamie about, that Browning was so flat shooting. You had 200-yard shot. You didn't have to compensate. You didn't have to do anything. It's just really flat. And so a straight, simple reticle is really useful.
And that's key. Something you said that a lot of people probably aren't going to catch is a really fine crosshair. It needs to be really fine For hunting, you're not going to be taking a lot of shots over 200 yards. That's just not really ethical. But if you're shooting targets at distance, the finer that crosshair is, or if it's even just a dot in the middle, it needs to be fine but very well visible. And one of the things they'll do is illuminate those reticles, and that helps if it's still fine enough. Then you got to adjust how bright it is and that kind of thing, and know where you're at. The problem is when you've got a fat reticle like that right at the crosshairs, you're covering up a lot of the target, and it matters. It really does.
Well, yeah, and as much as Moondog, thank goodness, shows a lot of these scopes and reviews them. If you do like the illuminated reticle, you need to make sure that it's daylight bright. I mean, unless you're only going to be hunting, morning and evening or whatever. And there's been some of the illuminated reticles that I really like, and then some of them, like it's a little fuzzy and it covers up some of the stuff. And so, but when you have that and you can zoom in, always, the old saying is, aim small, miss small, and some of that really helps.
Yeah, I want to make something really clear here. I'm still really ticked off at Moondog over here. He's just like Nibs. Man, that guy has cost me a lot of money in BB guns, and Moondog has cost me a lot of money in scopes. I keep watching his reviews, and son of a gun, I buy one. So I got to watch his reviews like this and just listen now.
Well, I try to go for good value for money. Have you looked at that Telson yet?
No, I have not.
Well, don't look, because you'll have to buy one.
Yeah.
All right, I want a patch gift from Moondog. This was in there. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea. What are you trying to do to me, brother?
Well, that's the closest I could do to get you a March scope.
Well, I can put that on my window on the car, and people will think, Here's a guy's driving a 2014 Hyundai Excel GT, but he's got a $3,500 rifle scope.
That's probably about right.
Not really, man. Not really.
I'm still waiting for my Maven from him too, Jamie. So we're in the same boat together.
This is the thing, though. And it's kind of off topic, but I'll say it. I refuse to put anything gun related on my car. Any kind of stickers or anything like that. Don't do it. Don't.
Yeah. Yeah, and for goodness sake, don't put a church bumper sticker on there and then flip off somebody or cuss somebody out on the road either.
You speak from experience here, or what's the story?
Have a little common sense and you go put bumper stickers on your vehicle. And I want to shout out Pat in the Bunker out there, man. He gifted 5 VIP memberships. Also, man, bless you guys. That's awesome, man. See who received those. We got Bama Dad, MacMan. Man, MacMan, hadn't seen him in a while. Hopefully he'll start getting back on here. He's been so busy. We got Tony over at Lakeview Outdoors. We got Pleased Doge cards. And we also have Jason Ewing. Thank you very much for that, Pat. And thank you. Welcome everybody that got gifted that. Yeah. Make sure you make the Tuesday nights VIP chat.
Yeah. That's why I was off screen for a little while, because I was trying to do that and it did not pop up on your screen.
Oh yeah.
Like nothing happened, and they took my money, but nothing popped up on your screen. And I was like, no, I'm nipping this in the bud right now. And they got back to me really quick. They refund.
really?
They refunded my money right away. I just was text it, sent. 2 minutes later, they said refund. Everything was refunded. I did it again, and it finally went through that time. So I don't know what happened, but yeah, it did not come up on the screen, and I was like, I'm not going to pay for this if people ain't going to get the use out of it.
Yeah, no kidding. No gun it. Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, not a problem. Not a problem.
Well,
No
now
biggie.
there are times, if it's a small enough group, that there's nobody out there that's eligible to receive them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if that's the case, I believe
Oh, really? Okay.
YouTube will wait like 5 minutes or something like that, and if there's nobody to give them to, then it refunds your money. That's
Oh,
how
does
that
it?
works.
Oh, okay. Well, I did type them back as soon as nothing came up on the screen. That's why I went dark and shut everything down, and I was texting, and then a couple minutes later they refunded it. So
Right.
I don't.
They're gonna refund it in 5 minutes if they aren't giving
Okay.
it back.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to get that email sent out to them and be like, hey, what's going on here? Because
A
you
lot
took my
of
money
times-
and nothing happened.
A lot of times in Hillbillies chats, everybody's already a channel member. I mean,
Right?
you look at all the color out there in that YouTube chat. Most of them people's channel members out there. Definitely
Yeah.
after
Dropping
tonight
mine.
they are.
Yeah, that is a perk for the paid channel members. They get a 10mm wrench out there, and everybody can use a 10mm wrench. Yeah,
Well, I didn't know that damn thing was metric.
Yeah,
That's it. I'm dropping my
everybody-
membership.
Yeah.
everybody can use an extra 10mm wrench. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the one that always gets dropped, and
Yeah. America, 9/16.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Let me say something
America.
about my dad. I got
ooh, look at that.
several of these.
Now
not
that
put
might
one
be
on my
something you
car.
would. That might be something you would put on your car.
I ain't putting that on my car. Hey, that
Better
fool
be 1,000
got guns.
yards away.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, don't break in my car, please. There's not that there's anything in there worth stealing, but there certainly ain't nothing in there worth getting shot about. So there's that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take this opportunity to gracefully bow out and get ready for church in the morning. We're going to be talking about Daniel chapter 7, starting in verse 15, I think. We've been studying end times prophecies, and I'm learning a lot. So
All
this is
right.
pretty fun. So if y'all would excuse me, I'll bow out and beg y'all to find a place to go to church in the morning. You'll be glad you did. And thank
Well,
y'all
hey.
for putting up with me.
Well, Jamie, thanks for being here, buddy. And you want to give us the cliff note on that, what you're studying real quick before you go?
That's something that don't come with cliff notes.
Amen.
End times prophecy ain't no quick and easy thing, but basically, let's see. First comes the rapture. This is my belief. You can interpret it for yourself, but rapture comes first, then the first 3.5 years of tribulation, then the abomination of desolation, and that will mean the Antichrist will set up in the temple in Jerusalem. Then that will continue for another 3.5 years, and then that eastern sky is going to bust wide open, and Jesus is coming back. And
Oh, yeah.
we're coming with him because we'll be raptured out. And,
Mm-hmm. Well-
there's a lot of talk between pre, mid, post tribulation rapture, and you'll have to you'll have to talk with the Lord yourself and figure that one out. I ain't got quite there yet, but
Yeah. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, the are definitely horses in heaven because we'll be riding a horse.
when we come back, yeah.
Yep.
And y'all hear about this millennial reign after Jesus comes back? He's going to set up his kingdom for 1,000 years. Well, that 1,000 years is just the beginning. That's just a time that the devil is going to be locked away. And then he'll come back and he'll have a short time to kick his heels up. And then him, death, and hell will be cast into the lake of fire. So that's my understanding. Then comes the new heaven and the new earth, and God will be present with us on the new heaven and the new earth. So that took a lot longer than you wanted to, and it's more than you wanted to hear, I'm sure.
Well, that's everybody's Sunday school lesson for tomorrow. I mean, you know, that's great. Thank you for sharing that, buddy.
Try to remember Thursday night firearms and fellowship, and yeah, that's true, Mom and Dad. Good stuff. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all. I'll see you next week.
God bless.
All
you.
right, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
Yep.
See you, buddy.
Have a good one, brother.
And make sure you go over and check out JH586. Great guy, great channel. And don't forget about the Georgia Shooting Connection every Friday night. That starts at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. So, anyway. And make sure you get those hashtags in because we'll be doing our hashtag HBN for Hillbilly Nation, hashtag HBN126. And we'll be doing 2 giveaways tonight. So we'll probably do that around the bottom of the hour sometime. So make sure you get your hashtags in there. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, I'm going to go ahead and sneak off too before I fall asleep for good. Have a good night, everybody.
Good to see you, Mark.
All right, Mark.
Good night.
What you got coming up, buddy? Anything?
Well, I probably should make a video or two of a couple of the recent acquisitions and should just get back to it anyway. So we'll see what comes up.
Awesome.
Thank you much.
Well, thank you so much, buddy, for being here. We always appreciate you. And yeah, I'll have to say this. Mark is probably the longest running guest on this show. He was on there for the very first one. And yeah, always appreciate you, brother.
Thanks.
Mark, you ever wonder why you come back?
Well, see, he conserves his energy when he's in here, though.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Good night, all.
Good
night,
night, buddy.
Good night, brother.
Appreciate ya. And yeah, guys, go and check out Mark Thomas. Always has great stuff on there. He has air gun stuff on there. Him and the son, you know, he supports the son in that, and they do airsoft stuff, stuff at the gun range, and then you know he makes some really really nice leather work. And speaking of leather work, we got somebody out there in the side chat, Ozzy Osbourne, that does some really nice leather work too. So anyway, always appreciate those craftsmen. I mean, that's just, I love craftsmanship, you know, if it's wood, leather, whatever the case might be. And it's just an awesome skill to have. So, alrighty. When I'm looking here at some of the stuff that Hasbro sent me, so we'll be coming up on the giveaway here in a little bit. Let's go ahead and go with this one. what firearm like makes you smile the most? Like when I say it could go either way. You're out there shooting it and you just really, really enjoy it. Or maybe it's something that you don't shoot very much, but it's what might be considered like a barbecue type, firearm to where, saying that it's like something you just really enjoy showing off, you're something you're really proud of. So I think that would go either way. So Pat, we'll just start down with you and work our way back around, buddy.
Probably the one that brings the biggest smile to my face. It's nothing fancy. And I don't shoot it that much. I literally just got it fixed back up here about 6-7 months ago, and I just shot it just to make sure it was going to work again. My pheasant gun that my dad gave me years ago, I was about 12 or 13. Started pheasant hunting. We clay shot quite a bit with it just to get us follow targets and stuff and lead, know how to do the holds and everything. Remington Model 11 shotgun, and you could go in there and change the bushings and stuff in there for high brass and everything on the spring and everything. Whole barrel comes back for clang, and everything on those old Remington Model 11s. My brother absolutely hated it because this thing kicks like a mule, and I was like, and then when I got kicked by it, I was like, yeah, this is my kind of gun. And but anyway, the shell extractor broke on it a couple years ago. I parked it aside, didn't think anything of it, and I finally went on to one of the sites, grabbed it, did a little file fit, made sure it got in there right and everything. I put that thing back together after 2 years. I hadn't shot that thing. And I realized, and just because it was from my dad, I guess, that thing brought a smile right back to my face. And I was, oh, I remember this old girl. This thing was a blast. So I wound up putting like a full box of shells through it that night, just shooting at random stuff, blowing up pumpkins and everything. And I was just, yeah, that one brings the most smile on my face just because Dad gave it to me, and I have so many memories with that one. Pheasant, quail, grouse, clay targets, and everything. It just, yeah, that every time I grab that old hunk of metal up, it's just, yeah, love it.
Awesome. Yeah, most shotguns bring a smile on my face. And we have a few deals out there in the side chat. Boomstick and I believe Levi for some reason typed in 126. Probably a fat finger on a key, I assume, maybe. So type in 120 hashtag HBN 128. We don't want you guys to miss out on the giveaways. So how about you, Moondog? What brings a smile to your face, buddy?
Oh, it's I still enjoy of all the firearms. Probably a favorite to shoot is my Colt 1911, and I just don't shoot it as much. One, because the ammo is much more expensive than my other firearms, and two, the range that my home range actually, we don't often get to shoot anything that we don't often get to shoot pistols because it's a sheriff's range, and we're restricted to shooting at 100 yards most nights. Occasionally, and since we RSO duty, if there are no public folks who book that night, then it's catch as catch can. Then we can go set up at 20 yards or at 15 yards to go shoot our pistols. But it's we never know when that's happening, and if I'm there for my RSO duty that particular night. So not as often as I'd like to, but yeah, that is still my favorite gun to shoot.
Awesome. And we I guess we realized why, or I just realized why some people typed in 126 is because Russ Rimfire said he said HBN 126 earlier. And I'm sure I did, buddy. I apologize. Yeah, I'm sure I did on accident.
So everybody get your correct one. If you typed in the wrong one, get it in now.
Yeah, just correct it and type in hashtag HBN 128. And yeah, yeah, I apologize if I, said that. Good night, Firearms Fellowship, buddy. Have a good evening. And we got TJ's Fishing out there. Hey, buddy, how you doing? And no, man, we got so many awesome people out there. Look at all these people. My goodness. Yeah, there's no doubt I didn't say that. I mean, yeah, I mistaked a word a while ago that sounded bad too. And I didn't mean to. It's been a long day. So, how about you, Gary? What brings a smile on your face, buddy?
Well, to start with, just about anything I go to the range with, as long as it's working properly, I always leave with a smile on my face. That's just kind of the nature of going out to shoot. Now, that being said, one of the most fun things to shoot, and I mentioned it earlier, is my 22 pistols. And Pat mentioned the old high standard Duramatic. And the reason that thing brings a smile to my face is that thing's older than I am, and I'm old. It was made in 1959, which makes it a year older than me. And I bought that thing. Of course, I bought it used at the gun shop. And didn't look like much, and I'm gonna be lucky if this thing will cycle. So I took it to the indoor range and I fired some shots. But not only did it cycle, I was looking at my target, and it's like, oh my gosh, this thing's hitting where I aim every time. And it's like that just tickled the heck out of me that something that old was built with such craftsmanship that it's withstood the test of time. And there's a lot more fancy, newer stuff out there, but they don't make them any better or more accurate than they did 65 years ago, 66. So, and that just kind of, is kind of a tie to my past, tie to America's past and stuff like that. They made good stuff in the old days too, and it still works now.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt about that.
I hate to chirp in, but Gizzard, that was the runner-up on my gun list right there. It was your high standard.
Well, what tickled me is the first time I took it to Thunder on the Prairie, and Pat shot it, and he was just in love with it. And then the next year, he bugged the heck out of me. He says, make sure you bring that high standard. And every year since, I bring that just so him and I can shoot that thing.
Yeah.
Well,
I love that pistol.
Boondog, man, I am just, my words are lost tonight. I tell you what, I just literally call Boomstick Boondog. I have no idea why. Boomstick says, I'm going to do hashtag HBN 129 just in case. Yeah, just get about around, 4 of them in, a couple below, a couple above, get them all in there. And then he says, that's the one of what a 9mm ranch is. And oh my goodness. And Country Rimfire. Yeah, my eye is much, much better. Appreciate all the prayers out there. Thank you so much. How about you, Hasbro? I think I already know the answer to this, but let's hear it.
Well, that one actually brings a tear to my eye every time I break it out. So it's fun to shoot, but it's hard to forget the man I built it for. I guess I won't forget him. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
But as far as fun to shoot, one that brings a smile, I got a lot of guns, and it's the ones I put the most time in, probably. But believe it or not, it's my all custom 1022, the Green Mountain barrel. And that gun, it's like all I got to do is put the right ammo in it, and I'm hanging with the best of the bolt guns, including my custom CZ. It's an amazing gun, and so that's cool. I got another one that's big. This is the one that's really ticking me off right now. I got to figure out the bugs in it. And that begins with a K and ends with a D. And I don't believe it's the components, but I'll figure that one out. But my 1022 custom one is just, you shoot it, you just can't believe how good a semi-auto can be. It's amazing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's. I mean, when you get a semi automatic, we're running with bolt guns. I think that's just awesome. It really is. Because anytime you got moving parts and moving lead and all that, there's always a chance of, something, not being 100%, and so, yeah, that's cool.
Well, my frustrating one is having, it's got an issue with the bolt coming back and kind of almost sticking and hanging up. And when it comes forward, it shaves lead off the bullet.
Ooh.
Because it's not coming into the feed ramp at the right angle and the right time. And so it just throws huge groups, and it's an expensive gun right now. I got to figure that one out, but I'll get it.
Yeah, it's called a single load mag.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, Chad had trouble with one of his guns, and it wasn't shooting right. And they happened to be out at the gun range, and Justin was sitting there watching him shoot, and he goes, "Dude, that's shaving lead every time that it's leaving lead down there in the bottom of the chamber." And so he bought I guess it's a mag block, basically. You can put it in there, that way you can single load it. And that thing started shooting accurate as can be. And yeah.
Well, this one is probably a bit more than what we're going to talk about, but on the Ruger receiver, right? It's like a U channel on either end of it. And what I'm really confident is the chassis that I bought, an expensive chassis, is squeezing that receiver and binding it up. And you wouldn't think you could squeeze a receiver, but it goes in really tight and binds it up. Now I either got to mill the chassis out or send it back. But I got to go to Mexico, so that'll happen later.
Yeah.
So, what's the favorite caliber down there in Mexico?
Yeah, that's a good one. None of them are legal, but they all have them.
Yeah. Well, I believe Gary has a pistol that's favorite caliber of Mexico, it seems like. And I think because they can't have anything that the military uses. Is that correct?
Yeah,
That their military uses.
exactly.
What do I have?
What's the pistol you bought you had trouble finding ammo for a little, I mean, not real hard, but you finally found it? Like
That
within
was-
the last year.
That was the 30 Super Carry, but
Yeah.
I don't believe they even have that in Mexico. You're thinking of 38 Super.
Oh, okay. I was thinking okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's my bad. I thought it was the Super Carry, but yeah, it is the Super.
Yeah, I don't have any 38 Super. It'd be cool though.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Tommy Boy had it out there. He's like, 38 Super? Yep. That was the one I was talking about. I just. With everything going on, I mean, like, my mouth and brain ain't jiving tonight. So sorry about that, folks. Yeah, it's just, you had one of those days. What they really need is a 500 mag. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So it is time to do some giveaways, folks. And like I was saying earlier, I had looked and the skinny knife is actually discounted for some reason. I assume it's probably temporary, maybe, but it is discounted 33%. And so we're like, we love to give back to Hillbilly Nation. The money that comes in through our VIPs, our members, it all goes straight to giveaways. So, like, hey, the VIPs can afford to give 2 of these away tonight. So, anyway, we have the multicolor knife. And I mean, even the blade is multicolor. It's pretty slick looking. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I like all of the colors. They're all they're all the same knife. But yeah, I'm a sucker for shiny, flashy things, and yeah, I really like it. Of course, you got your pocket clip on there. You got a hole to put a lanyard on there, and you have, most people call this a glass breaker, but we were informed from Two Live Moo that this is also an icebreaker for your mixed drinks. So, I mean, it's just an all around great knife. Great to open up your mail with, your boxes and all that stuff. And it is sharp. Don't take it for granted, because it does have an edge on it. No doubt about that. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this pulled up here. And yes, it is hashtag, I'm going to try to say this right, HBN128. Yeah, Bama's dad says could be a skull crusher. I assume so. And
Tick crusher.
Yeah, we got some 126s out there tonight. I think, is there a full moon outside or something? I don't know. But just do like, Boomstick did. Just start about 125 and go all the way to like 130. That way, you'll for sure have it in there.
Yep, the bases will be covered by then.
Yeah. So let's pull up the giveaway tool and we'll see for sure what it is going to be collecting tonight. And it says it's going to collect comments from HBN, hashtag HBN128. So next full moon's May 12th. Well, we're a little early on that. I mean, we like to get ahead of everything. So,
well, it's a hillbilly moon tonight, then.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you see a lot of moons on a Saturday night. Most usually out a car window, though. So, give everybody just a quick second to get those in if you've not got them in already. And of course, I want to shout out and thanks to the VIPs because they sponsor this. So anyway, Moondog says he's probably going to have to go here really quick. Got church in the morning. So Moondog, would you like to count us down
Sure.
for this giveaway? This first one, because we're going to be doing this twice.
Oh,
We got
okay.
34 entries so far.
Oh, 35 now.
All right.
All right. So you just managed to get in there. All right. Let's do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Round and round it goes. Only Moondog knows where it's going to stop at. Kenya Don. And I pronounced that wrong. Kenai, I believe.
Good night, Don.
Kenai Don. Yeah. My hillbilly brain wants to always say Kenya. they always said growing up, sound it out. And
Or it's Ken,
that
the
did not
AI
work.
Don.
Yeah, true.
they
It's
did
Ken, the
not
AI
work for
Don.
me. Congratulations, buddy. So let's make sure you're still out there. You do have to be present to win, and I assume you are because you's right there towards the end.
Yeah, I think it might have been the last one to get in. Though he might have been the 35.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was because I was the last one put in.
So
Well, in that
tell us-
Good eye,
case,
Moondog.
wig.
There he goes.
Kenai. Okay, Kenai.
Okay, Alaskan.
Yeah, he was telling us that one night on the VIP chat, and I'm like, I was pronouncing, and I'm like, man, I'll never remember this. And so anyway, I guarantee if Ames was in here, she would say because she can remember. So and Gizzard says, yes, you can. So, buddy, contact me at americanhillbillyup@gmail.com and give me the address and name that you'd like that sent to, buddy. Appreciate you very much. So we're going you gonna stick around for another one, Moondog, or you want to go ahead and plug your channel? And
Oh yeah, let
you
me
can
just go unplug and get away because I'm still kind of hoping to get through this cold before church tomorrow morning. We'll see how it goes tomorrow, but just want to let everybody know to check out. Hopefully, Gizzard, you'll be joining me as a guest this coming Wednesday on my live stream. Are you still good with that?
Is it this Wednesday? I thought it was the 14th.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk about that offline.
Either one's fine with me, but I thought I had it down for the 14th.
You may be right. I may be wrong.
Yeah,
about
I've got
that.
it on my calendar for the 14th.
All right. So,
Yeah.
well, we'll be having Gary on as a guest on my live stream pretty soon. Check that out on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Always a good time. We'll be usually giving away some swag from SHOT Show. And I'm also having a giveaway contest this month where I'm giving away a brand new set of Pro Hear electronic earmuffs, which I think are actually pretty good. They're compatible with Howard Light. So if you have gel Howard Light ear pads, you can pop those on, and they're actually a little bit louder than Howard Lights. You can crank up the maximum volume on the Pro Hears louder than the Howard Light. So,
oh, nice.
yeah, I reviewed that I think 2 weeks ago. So you'll find that on my channel. And let me just post for everybody the link to the contest, and I'll also put in link for my channel. And all you have to do to qualify for that contest is check out my travel channel, Moondog Go, and subscribe to that and upload your screenshot of your subscribe button to that link on moondogindustries.com to qualify for the contest. And we'll be pulling that at the end of the month. All right, folks. I've got a review of a very low-priced LPVO coming out tomorrow. So you should check that out. It's roundabout, well, I don't know what the current price is on Amazon, but last I checked, it was about $100, but then there was one of those click to get a discount, and it put it under $100 for this LPVO. So,
nice.
worth checking out.
Oh, wow.
All right, gentlemen, it's great to see you. Hopefully, I'll be feeling better by Wednesday.
Get well, Moondog.
All right.
Yep.
All right, get
Good
feeling
night.
better, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, buddy.
Good night.
Thanks a lot for being here tonight. And guys, go and check out Moondog 2A. He always has great stuff over there, man. I mean, especially if you're interested in reviews on scopes and stuff. I mean, the guy does scopes reviews. I mean, just amazing. Anytime I do a scope review, and it's the same scope he has, or Cyclops Joe, I just say, well, if you want to learn more about the scope, go and check out Moondog's channel. Because, his filmings on the scope to the reticle and all that stuff is just, it's hard to do. I've tried it and just amazing stuff. And don't go anywhere, guys. We still have another giveaway coming up. So let's bring this back up to the stage. And there we have Kenai Don. I hope I said that right this time.
Yep.
And anyway, we're going to draw again. And I think I seen somebody actually add a hashtag. So even if you were late getting in, it will collect that hashtag. So let's give this thing another spin for a skinny multicolored knife. Would somebody like to count us down?
Multicolored knife, go!
Round and round it goes, only patting the bunker nose. Bear Paw Red.
Bear Paw Red.
There you go. Congrats.
I think you're right out there.
Congratulations, buddy. So, Bear Paw Ridge, we do have to be present to win, so please say something on the side chat so we know you're still out there.
Yeah, he just posted a second ago, so he
Yeah.
should be
Yep.
out there.
He should be right there.
Come on.
You betcha.
There
Come
he
on,
is.
Bear Paw.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations, buddy. So let me write your name down here. And anyway, Bear Paw, down in the banner below is my email address. It is AmericanHillbillyUp@gmail.com. So be sure and send me an email with the name and address that you want that sent to, and I'll get her sent right out. So congratulations, buddy. So we'll take this off the screen here. Good night, Ronald. Good. Thanks for being here, buddy. Man, we just got, I don't know. I'm going to have to argue with everybody else that, like, I believe I have the best side chat and the best VIPs. But, I'm kind of partial. So. And I just appreciate them so much. They're,
Well, I can't disagree with you because a lot of them are my VIPs.
Yes. And speaking of VIPs, let's throw their name up here. And if I don't have your name on here, I apologize. You're probably like a newer paid member, and I will get that put on there. And so, yeah, we have a list here of all the paid members, and hopefully it's up to date. I may have to add a person or two, but anyway, appreciate them so much. And so anyway, we'll probably wrap this thing up here in a minute, but does anybody have like a really quick fun topic that we can do? Yeah.
It's kind of silent here, Hillbilly.
Yeah. Rusty Rimfire says, okay, who do I got to pay to get one of them multi-skinny knives? Well, buddy, you can become a channel member too. And on there, when you're a paid member, you get your choice of all four of the colors. You get to choose. We let you choose which color you want.
And you get an extra stream every week, so you get a second chance every week to win.
Yeah.
It's
You
true.
get,
Yep.
it's like double Met Gun. You get double the deal.
Yeah, because there's a super secret chat that only the channel members get to go to each week.
Yep.
Yeah. And then people like Pat and, oh my goodness, see who all was there, as cut. See, Ron 2A Matters, Garage Guy, and Pat, when they gifted memberships like that, they and somebody wins that they gifted, because we get it, I get, keep it all written down right here. And so one of the people that gifted wins that was a gifted member, not only does that person win, but whoever gifted them, they get their choice of any color. And so yeah, subscribe to my channel. Yeah.
It's more than just subscribe. You
Yeah.
actually join the channel.
Yeah. Yeah, there is I believe $2.99 a month that you can cancel at any time to be a member, VIP. And so that we have an extra chat for everybody that's on there on Tuesday nights. And so, but anyway, right here, Smoking Joe had a fun, quick deal here. What's your favorite car? And so, Pat, we'll start with you. And well, since we're getting close to the top of the hour, we'll only choose one.
Favorite car that we've owned, or favorite car, period?
I don't know. He says, "What's your favorite car?"
Take it any which way you want. My most favorite car that I had, it doubled up. My favorite car to ride in when I was a kid, small block 400, TH 400 transmission, heat, air. It was decked out, 1976 Caprice Classic, 2-door, and it had the whole vinyl top on it. It was with the fender skirts and everything. I know people, it's this, oh, well, that's just an old demo car. That wasn't. Man, that thing floated like Cadillac and had the most comfy seats in it. And then when my mom and dad quit driving it, it got parked. We turned around, and that was my very first race car. Gutted it, put a cage in it and everything. I thought I was going to demo it at first, but I was like, no, I can't put this old car through that. We had that car for 3 seasons, won a championship with it, got I don't know how many wins. I'd have to go back and look with that old car. And I had more enjoyment riding in it and racing in it when I was a kid. And man, my favorite car of all time right there. It worked great for both. So,
well, Pat, what are you wanting to? What you got coming up too while we're going through here? And real quick, before you start there, Ron 2A Matters threw out his channel link out there. You guys go and check out Ron 2A Matters. Check out his channel. And anybody on the side chat, if you got something you want to plug, please throw it out there. And so, yeah, Pat, what you got coming up?
Got my weekly video coming out Sunday. I know I've been kind of all over the place with different days and everything, but gonna post it tomorrow. I think all the I'll do a little spoiler. I think all the wheel gun guys will like it, and it's one that really hasn't been featured on my channel yet, so busting out a new gun on that. And hopefully, if everything works out okay, hopefully we'll be getting another Sunday Fun Day with William out there tomorrow. So getting the kids involved and trying to get them shooting more and everything. They shoot with me anyway, but trying to get a little bit more of it on video. They're kind of getting used to dad doing all this stuff and everything. So they're getting in the groove more. We're having more and more fun with it as it goes. So anyway, that's what I got going on. Thanks, Hillbuddy, for having me on, and thanks to the side chat out there. Man,
Oh, yeah.
I've had a blast tonight. I needed this after a really long day. I really did. Just to sit back, relax, and hang out with y'all. It's been a blast. Thank you.
Yeah, me too. If I can just get my words straightened out here. And thanks for being on here. Everybody go check out Pat in the Bunker. And sometimes he's in the bunker, sometimes he's on a tractor. You might find him on a two-wheeler or a tree. You never know where Pat's going to be. And
Never know.
Boomstick says he has a tire he wants to plug. So,
I've got a kit for that.
yeah, and I've seen a lot of really nice cars out in the side chat, no doubt about that. And oh yes, don't forget Gary's new channel, Boomer Listens. Fun channel. I've been going and checking it out and listen. It's a lot of fun. Gary, before we get to you, everybody do not go anywhere. We're just going to bring you up a quick commercial and we'll be right back.
I am gravely disappointed. Once again, you have made me unleash my dogs of war.
Howdy, everybody. How y'all doing?
There has been too much violence, too much pain. But I have an honorable compromise. Just come join us. Saturday nights, 11 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Sunday metric. Just join us, and there will be an end to the horror. Just join us.
All right. Well, if you're up a little bit later, make sure you check out DM Foss Saturday night mouse party. I mean, always fun over there. And if you can't stay up that late, make sure you watch the rewind because always a blast over there. DM Foss is such a great guy, and he has always a great panel on with him too. Isn't that right, Gary?
That's right. One of the best.
Yeah, there's some people who can stay up later than others. So anyway, 73 Camaro out there, Dale says, man. I mean, check out all these awesome cars out there in the side chat. So how about you, Gary?
Well, the fanciest car I ever owned was one that used to be my mom and dad's. It was an 83 Oldsmobile Delta 88. And they traded this thing off, I believe, in 1990. And of course, my dad worked the car dealership, so I knew he was trading it off. So I went down and talked to the owner and got a good price on it, and they ended up buying that thing. And I drove it for another 3 or 4 or 5 years before it finally just kind of gave up the ghost after a while. But man, back in the day, that had the power seats, the velvety red interior, it was just, for me, a young guy, I was 30 years old, living in the lap of luxury to me. And, I mean, it's probably not as cool as the vehicle I have now as far as the gadgetry and stuff like that on it. But back in the day, that's a nice car. And it's kind of like Pat was saying, it rode so nice because it had a nice long wheelbase to it. Not quite as long as the 98, but it was right up there. Trunk, you could get 4 full-grown guys in, I think.
And 12 bodies in the trunk.
Oh, gosh, that trunk was huge. And the back seat, too. I mean, you talk about the back seats in cars today, how cramped they are. Not back in those days.
Oh, no.
You could stretch out your legs, you could just be comfortable.
Yeah. And if somebody armor all the back seat, you could lift your legs and slide from door to door on corners.
Not these. These were cloth seats, but
Scotch guarded them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, my grandpa always had Cadillacs and stuff, and that was one of the things we as kids. We sat in the back seat, go around the corner, lift your legs, see if you can slide from one side to the other.
Well, that old 73 we had, or the 72 olds, that thing you could actually put a full size cooler in behind the front seat and set it on the floorboards. Oh, yeah, because that was my job when we were on vacations. They'd keep the cooler back there anytime anybody needed a drink or a sandwich.
And Dad the beer. Well,
Well, we're past the statute of limitations, and he's been gone for 26 years now. So, yes, I did occasionally hand him a beer, and I had to open them because back in those days they didn't have the tabs. You had to use the little,
yeah.
the opener on them. So I was well versed at that age in how to open the can. Of course, I'd beg him, can I have a sip? But he said, just a sip. Don't you be drinking no more.
If you open it, you got to get a sip.
That's right. That's the rule.
Definitely.
He didn't fall for the one for me, one for you joke.
No, he didn't. I was way too young for that back in those days.
Oh man. Oh yeah, I remember those. Go fetch a beer out of the cooler and pop it open, have a sip. Yeah, you can have one sip. That's it. Don't be guzzling. So, oh yeah, good stuff, buddy. So Hasbro, how about you, buddy?
Fanciest car or truck?
Hang on a second. I'm sorry, Gary. What do you got coming up? I forgot to let Gary plug his channel. I apologize.
Well,
like I said,
I got some stuff in the mail today. I got a flashlight from Nightcore I've got to review. First thing I've ever gotten from Nightcore. So hopefully I do a good job on that. So they'll send me more. I also have a new pocket knife that was sent to me by an Amazon company. And it looks pretty neat. So also the normal stuff, my Foul Territory live stream every Monday at 9:00 p.m. And for my channel members, we do a live stream every Wednesday right after Ron Wayne's, and that's at 8:30 p.m. Central. We give away a knife each week. So that, and I already put a link out there for my Boomer Listens channel. So that's what I got going on. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Well, good stuff, buddy. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Go over check out Giz or Gary and Boomer Listens and subscribe. And Wednesday nights, it's a full night. We have Moondog that starts out, and then we have Ron Wayne's members channel, and then we have Gary's members channel.
Yeah, we tag team one right after the other.
Yeah. Yeah, and I told my wife, I'm like, well, Wednesday nights, I was like, we got all these shows going on, and she's like, does that mean you're not fixing dinner? I'm like, well, we might have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that night or something. Oh man. Well, thanks for being on tonight, Gary. Always
thanks for having me,
buddy. And so Hasbro, what is one of your favorite cars, and what you got coming up, buddy?
Favorite cars I've driven or favorite cars I've owned, or does it matter?
He just said, what's your favorite car? So,
well, if I had my favorite car, it'd be an SS 454 1970 Chevelle.
Ooh.
And LS6 or 5, because I could probably barely afford a 5, and I'll never afford a 6. Last time I saw them, it went for $250,000. It didn't sell at a Meacham auction. It's like, okay, so never mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not playing the lottery, so my odds aren't good. But it'd be a '68 Nova if I had a choice of one to. Because growing up in high school, I had a buddy, and I helped him work on his car in shop class we had. But his whole family were drag racers. And so they helped him not do the typical high school thing where you had a terrible body but a big motor. His car was perfect. And then it had a 396 bored out to 403, and and then we had the big crane cams and everything else in it. And Torquer 2 manifold, if you know how high rise that was. A lot of date stamps here. But and then he ended up putting a 411 rear end in it. When he did that, I got a picture of him in our high school yearbook of picking up the front end and carrying it all the way across the parking lot and setting it down.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So that to me, I would like to have that car and recreate it.
Now the 68, that was the smaller body Nova, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but it had
Yeah.
it sort of course, still had round headlights and all, but it's just a
Yeah.
little bit different front end. It wasn't a pointed nose
Yeah.
because the 65, 66 is kind of thing,
Yeah.
you know.
It was a little bit more in lines of like a Chevelle type body style instead of going to the secondary. Yeah.
It was a little shorter, a little lighter than a Chevelle.
Yeah.
So for drag racing, it was awesome.
Yeah. One of the kids I went to school with actually is my cousin. He had a black one, you know, of course, raked with the big tires and all that, the hood scoop. But it's all black, and on each door it had the Playboy bunny.
Well,
And
this
white.
this one was all black, but he had the low profile snorkel hood scoop on it. So it just looked right. It wasn't real big and ugly. And he had on the side of the hood scoop the name of the car. It was Black Magic. I always
Black
thought that was
Oh,
cool. That was cool.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Sorry, I hate to interject real quick, but in those years, the Chevelle had the double headlight versus the single on the Nova. Pretty much the exact same body style, almost the exact same trim, but the Nova would only go up to a 396 on the big block, and the Chevelle went all the way to a 454, if I remember right. The Nova, or you could get the small block 400, and the small block 400 actually had more horsepower than the 396.
Yeah. Now you also have to remember along in those years too, not only they had the 396, they had the 402 also. And
And you remember the one thing about the 396 that they finally fixed, but not soon enough, it had what they call the pink rods. It had weak rods, and you had to change them. If you were rodding it, you could throw a rod and trash your engine. So, but it was a great engine, fantastic engine. Just you had to change your rods.
Yeah, you had to get the pink sheet rods.
Yeah, the Centered, I believe what it was called.
Pink sheet rods.
Yep.
I
knew you guys would know that.
I seen earlier out there somebody threw out a 72 Monte Carlo. Now, out in my garage on the engine stand, I actually have numbers matching 72 Monte Carlo 402 big block.
Ooh, nice.
It come out of the 72 Monte Carlo. That's how, I mean, I know exactly, what it was out of factory. And so, yeah, that'll go in something one of these days.
I'll tell you guys a real quick story. I probably told this before, but when I married my wife, I married into a racing family, and they started racing in the early 50s, 60s, and 70s in NASCAR. And what was then, it became the Busch Series, right? But that was the main series then, and then they flipped where Winston Cup became the main. But they all raced in that. But my uncle-in-law, when we first got married, I didn't know about this till after he sold them, had two Ford 427 side oilers from Ford Racing in the crates, brand new. This has been about 1993. He still had them, and he sold them both to buy a motorhome, and he got ripped off.
Oh yeah,
that's the ultimate Cobra motor, right? And those guys will pay huge money for that.
Well, it's been several years since I've checked on the 427 core price. That means if you get a 427, you have to turn in a 427 block core.
Right.
Last time I checked was probably at least 10 years ago. It was $3,500 core price just for the block for a 427. So just the bare blocks were $3,500.
But he got $50,000 for two motors, and they were later on. They said it should have been $80,000 a piece. Because they were from the time, just time frozen from Ford Racing.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Anyway, my uncle still has a 64 convertible Impala with the factory 427 in it.
Yep.
And then he's got a 68 with the 358 convertible Impala.
Those side oilers, I guess, from what I understand, it's the Cobra guys and the NASCAR collectors that want those, because that was pretty much the only thing the full Ford prepped racing motor was for. So,
Yep.
Yeah. One of
Anyway.
these times, we're just going to have to do like an extra show and just do like a, racing.
Oh, that'd
Yeah,
be
racing car stuff.
That'd be awesome.
Yep.
So,
50s,
Well, yeah.
60s, 70s, and then
Yeah.
stop because there's nothing good at it.
yeah. Well, I
Agreed.
used to race nostalgia drag races.
Mhm.
And, so there was like specs that had to be door slammers, full interior, the whole 9 yards, actually street legal. But the nostalgia races went from 57 to 73. That was that's the years you had to have to be in the nostalgia drag races.
There you go.
And, which I assume 57, that's when, they actually came out with fuel injection. They had it years before, but, it come out a little bit more on. And it's hard for people to believe that, you could find a 57 Chevy with factory fuel injection on it.
Yeah, the factory fuelies. Oh man.
Mhm. So Hasbro, what you got coming up, buddy?
Well, I'm going to try to get some stuff that I can at least make a couple of videos in the next few weeks while I have to go practice my Espanol. So I'll be traveling a little bit, but try to at least have one or two coming out here in the next few weeks. Can't do what I really wanted to do because the weather's been so bad, but we'll have something. But I should be live from Mexico next week. So we'll see how that goes.
Right.
Hopefully this actually works, but who knows?
Well, is it so Monday's Cinco de Mayo? So you just heading to the border Monday and you're just going to stay down there the whole time?
No, I'm flying on Hangover Tuesday. So
oh man.
I'm not flying Northwest, if you guys remember that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah, we do have a VIP chat coming up on Tuesday. So yeah, we'll have to call it the Cinco de Mayo hangover chat or something. Yeah, and Gary gets a live Cinco de Mayo chat on Monday. So does also I want to shout out there Ron Tui Matters. Actually, he is going to do his very first live show right before Gary's show on Monday nights. So Gary starts at 9 p.m. Central, and Ron is going to start his at 8 p.m. Central and go to 9. So they're going to run back to back on Monday nights. So, maybe we'll have 2 Cinco de Mayo chats that night. Who knows? Well, yeah, everybody go check out Hasbro, Pat, Gary. Subscribe to them if you're not already. And there's so many great channels out there on the side chat too. So anyway, oh man, Dale says my dad has a 57 fuel injection sitting in the garage. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Oh, make sure you get on your dad's good side, brother. Well, thank you all so much for being here tonight. Just appreciate and love each and every one of you. And we're going to end this show with, remember, God, family, and country. Make somebody's day better, will you? Y'all made my day better. Honestly, you all did. You have no idea. And if the good Lord's willing, the creeks don't rise, we'll be seeing you all again. We love you, Hillbilly Nation. Everybody say good night.